Hi, everyone. An exciting day here on the US election. Well, I guess vote counting. We're going to see who is going to win, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. We know how positioned this market is for a Trump presidency. And if it's looking like it's going that way, which sure as hell looks like it right now, Bitcoin's going to tell us, and it is. It's back above 71,380. So today's session is going to be a little bit different. I really don't have a danger zone aside from a really big one, and that is if Trump doesn't win, expect crypto to just nuke from this point, and then it will recover afterwards. But obviously, if he doesn't win, Harris gets in. The market's not positioned for that right now. And yeah, that's the danger zone. That's crypto. I'm not really concerned about Bitcoin and Ethereum to a lesser extent. In the short term, it probably dips a fair amount itself, but crypto itself is going to feel that initial whales reducing the liquidity and the speculation out of the market. So let's just look at Bitcoin where we sit here. This looks like just an utterly beautiful chart. Perfect breakout, 7-month consolidation, and retest, backtest to that. So we didn't want to lose 66,000. We didn't. We held it. This looks bloody phenomenal, and if Trump wins, this could really blast through the roof to a new all-time high. So we're in a good spot. But like we've been reporting, and guys, if you have not read my report, I'll put the link in below. I put this out yesterday. It covers what I was expecting, and it is actually a Trump blowout today. So that's was my base case. So we'll see if it's still very, very early on, and it could go either way. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. If you haven't read it, read it. Might give you a bit of insight to what the markets are telling us right now, and where we might go from here, and just some base predictions. So yes, Bitcoin looks fantastic. And as Bitcoin looks fantastic, altcoins are going to move up as well. So again, like I said, with the danger zone, I probably can't find one right now just based on where the market is. And it's like a momentum machine right now. So technicals aren't going to really do too much right here. But my cherry right now is SUI. I am loving SUI for a multitude of reasons, but this looks like it has a correction, sort of this first initial break back up, the retracement, break back above. This looks ready to absolutely rock and roll. So love it. It's reclaimed this horizontal. That was the most important area here for SUI. And I think once it gets going, new all-time highs are probably on the cards here. I think that's about right. Ever since it broke that downtrend that was through here, in fact, we're trying to break it now. So if we start closing above these levels, we're off with SUI. Again, I benchmark some of these coins against Bitcoin. If you're looking at SUI Bitcoin, you can have alerts just above of where you might get interested, and you can go through there. But to be safest, you probably want to wait for something like that. But the USD chart looks really, really good, and that's what I wanted to put across for my cherry ripe. My other one, yeah, I'm not going too far out on the curve. I mean, you could be looking at meme coins right now, but what I want to focus on is those core layer ones that are, I guess, the proxy, the speculation proxy for big capital who think Trump's going to win, and they're speculating on those bigger caps, thinking that if Trump wins, gets in, we're going to see lower regulation, probably going to see more ETFs. So Solana, SUI, those types of the world are going to see upticks. Now, this is my newsletter, overlay here. So I might just get rid of that, but clear break of the downtrend, and it's moving back higher. It's a bit hard to see through that, isn't it? Let me just do this. No more candles. Yeah, that's better. So you can see that like Bitcoin, it's had this big consolidation sideways, but unlike Bitcoin, this is a gigantic wedge with a very, well, I want to say a more defined base, which is really noticeable here. And this looks like the breakout of this range here, backtest into these regions on top of these moving averages, and this is ready to go. But cock a hoot, once you get above 183, that type of region, you close sort of in here, you're creating a new higher high. That's where you get quite aggressive on this, but really, really like how this sits. And yeah, Solana's that bigger one. Now, for I guess more cherry ripes and one to watches on your I guess extended family of risk, we're thinking, all right, so this is all going one way. Trump's going to win, the market's going to get really, really hot. Watch the meme coins on the two. So, SUI, you can be looking at meme coins on that, or exchanges. I know we're big on Cetus, looking at that, because the idea here is that the beta plays, meaning the cryptos that are low market cap built on some of these chains, are going to move really aggressively and really hard if we get this big move through. So think Solana, think WIF, think, what's the other one? PopCat, and different ones like that. So let's maybe look at yeah, PopCat absolutely rocking with, let's go here, up 4%. So again, look, nothing too spectacular here yet. I wanted to break its overhead before you get too excited. PopCat's probably, yeah, very similar. I'd still be a little bit cautious on these. And if they're not beating Solana, there's no real, see right here, PopCat versus Solana, excuse me, let's stop drawing. Polka versus Solana. If Polka isn't outpacing Solana, then you may as well stay in that lower risk, because otherwise you're just taking on risk when you don't need to be, and you can be in Sol and wait for the Sol move, and then you can rotate when you see the, I guess, rotation from the moves. Because right now this is a fairly nice spot to buy, but I'd want to see some more closes a little bit above, say, PopCap versus Sol. So that's what I'm looking at here, guys. I reckon we're going to see lots of this throughout the day where things move higher. We come back down a little bit. We might move higher again. It's going to be a sort of a moment of speculation and whipsaw, called the washing machine. I'm sort of coining. So I'm just watching that. Also, Bitcoin dominance. This is where we don't want to get caught out going completely gung-ho in altcoins when this chart is doing what it's doing. We're seeing no rollover in altcoins at all. And if we're sort of thinking that Bitcoin is the thing here based on, the fundamentals and the macro, then Bitcoin is going to lead this charge through. And it's really not until you can look at altcoins now, obviously, whatever's beating Bitcoin and all that, and for your longer term holds. But I would just think in terms of, all right, Bitcoin hasn't broken its all-time high yet. Historically, we need to break an all-time high before we see the Bitcoin dominance chart start to roll over. And this is the chart I'm looking at now. Right now, this is just motoring into 60% and doesn't really want to slow down. So until we see, a rollover of this and maybe a rally in FBTC, I don't know if that's the bellwether anymore. We're just going to watch it. But total 3 is another good one to watch. And you can just see here, total 3, again, the alts are lagging a little bit here. Bitcoin's still the leader. Altcoins will need to get above this core point of control through this region here. So I want to see it get above like that, and that can start to move higher. So guys, hope you have enjoyed this episode. Again, if you haven't read my election guide, please do. We're running out of time here, especially if the election continues to go a little bit one way, but I think you'll find it very, very interesting. So please click the link below, give it a read, and enjoy today, and hopefully enjoy the start of a much larger bull market. All right, guys, take it easy. See ya. Bye-bye.